This is an urgent message from the town of Truckee, the Tahoe Truckee Unified School District, and the Tahoe Forest Health System regarding COVID-19, also known as coronavirus. Please take a moment and listen carefully. Representing the town of Truckee is Police Chief Rob Leftwich, the Tahoe Truckee Unified School District, Superintendent and Chief Learning Officer Dr. Rob Leary, and speaking on behalf of the Tahoe Forest Health System, Mr. Harry Weiss, President and CEO. Chief Leftwich, we'll begin with you. In the name of public safety, what are your primary concerns for the community?
First and foremost, I need our community to stay focused. I think we've been at this a couple weeks, but I think we're in a very critical stage, and keeping people focused on the goal of flattening the curve is critical at this moment.
Thank you. Mr. Weiss, what concerns you most about COVID-19 in the Tahoe Truckee region?
I think the chief really set the stage well for this conversation, and what really concerns us is we have an incremental or a growth census with COVID-19 of 6 patients today, and we're super concerned should that growth in COVID-19 census try to grow from 6 to 25 to 30, or even as some forecasters might suggest, even much more than that. And so our focus has to be on maximizing these next 2 or 3 weeks and any ensuing weeks in doing all that we can to suppress, to slow this growth down, and even try to stop it. And so doing that quality shelter in place, doing that social distancing, wash your hands, masking when in public, etc. Those are critical from our community, and we really want to thank every person that's doing that already.
And we're talking about the North Tahoe Truckee region. When do the forecasters indicate a peak is likely?
They're suggesting the peak here for this area could be approximately around April 26th, so about 2.5 weeks out from our conversation today.
Thank you. Dr. Leary, what actions have you implemented to protect your students during this time?
Last Friday, we extended the physical closure of our schools and school facilities until the end of the school year. And we have implemented distance learning, and we did that on March 19th. Our plan right now is to continue that through the end of the school year on June 12th. And we will continue to look at what the data and what the health experts are advising for any other potential reopening of the physical schools.
As a follow-up, what are your biggest concerns for your students during this time?
One of the biggest concerns I have is that we need to address and ask our parents to help take responsibility for assuring that our students are practicing social distancing, they're staying at home. This is not the time to be gathering at parks or playgrounds or other recreation facilities. We need our kids to stay home, and we need our parents to help with that.
With an April 26th potential peak date, can that date be changed with good social responsibility?
It absolutely can. It can be deferred, or what might normally be a forecast peak. There's no reason it has to occur, and that's the challenge I would really like to put for every local resident here. Let's do this in a thoughtful, disciplined way. We can do this, and we can demonstrate greater discipline and a much better outcome for the longer term than possibly happens in California on average or in other states. So I'm confident we can do this together.
Thank you, Mr. Weiss. Any last comments, Dr. Leary?
Well, I need to acknowledge the amazing work that our teachers and school staff are doing to implement distance learning. It's a new paradigm for them, and we continue to work on improving that. And I also just need to reiterate that it is a larger issue than just the town of Truckee or just the school district boundaries. For us to address this, we're stronger together, and if we work together, we can flatten this curve.
Thank you, Dr. Leary. Chief.
As these gentlemen talked, I think the two things that keep coming to mind are personal responsibility and focus. I need our community, the broader sense of community, to stay focused, and that personal responsibility of doing the right thing. There's a lot of emotional capital being spent on principle-based arguments of what others are doing. Our community as a whole needs to focus on what they can do for themselves, for their loved ones, to be leaders with those people in their family and their friend network. That's critical.
Thank you. Gentlemen, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you.